Hey, hey, check it out. Actually loving more than I thought I would. I need some cleanup around my cuticles. I'm really bad about getting it down too low next to my cuticles. But anyway, say hey when you jump on and join me. Actually, I don't normally do an accent nail. And the only reason I did was because my kids both picked Radioactive. Because they're probably trying to be jerks and pick something like totally outside my wheelhouse. And my husband picked Disco Fever. So they actually go perfectly because Disco Fever has holographic glitter. So it's got some green in it. And they actually look super awesome together. And I decided not to do tips because it was just faster. Plus, most of my nails are somewhat grown out compared to normal. Like, I have no nails. I can't grow at all. So a little bit of growth to me seems like my nails are grown out. So, and also I want to see how they do on my natural nail. Assuming that I can stand to leave these outside my box colors on for over a week or two, whatever. I like to get right down to my cuticle. This hand is completely done. Hey, Christy. Thanks for joining, girl. You can't really tell, but there's actually some green glitter in the Disco Fever. It's the holographic. So it really goes well with the Radioactive, the green accent nail. Which, like I say, I usually don't do an accent nail. I'm more a traditionalist as far as my nails go. But having all the stuff here, I can change it whenever I want. So that's kind of good. Hey, Ajel. What's up, girl? I am almost done. I figured I would go live and just chit chat with whoever could pop on. I'm actually doing I think this is my third or maybe fourth layer of dip. I lost count. And then by the time I finish dipping all the way, all my fingers, it's plenty dry enough that I can brush off the excess. It literally takes like 30 to maybe 45 seconds. Actually, it's more like 15 to 30. 15 to 30 for it to dry. So by the time you're ready to brush off, it's all good and dry. And this is what we have so far. I don't have a top coat on, so it's not real shiny yet. I did get way down too close to my cuticles. I have to work on that. I have to get better with that, especially when I'm painting with my right hand with my left hand onto my right. Okay, now I'm ready for Activator. This is what makes it all like meld together. And you have to be generous with the Activator. And once the first layer dries, we're going to go in with a second layer. This also only needs about 15 to 30 seconds to dry. You can give it a little bit longer, which wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. It depends on how many coats you do too. It has to get through all those coats. So when you put your Activator on, you really want to give it a chance to like soak down through all the layers. I'm going to give this a little bit of dry time. And then I'm going to do another layer. And then I'm going to buff. I don't buff my glitter very much because I don't want to like buff the shine off of it. Darker glitters, what I'm going to be doing is doing clear on top and then buffing. Because the darker colors you can notice when you file the color off. So to eliminate that, I do a layer of clear dip over the glitter, the darker glitters, and then file and buff. That allows you to get that really smooth surface without filing your color off. But it doesn't seem to affect ones like this as much, I guess because they're so much lighter. I'm not sure. And again, 30 to 45 seconds or so. Up to a minute if you need it. Say hey when you hop on. Letting this dry. Then I gotta go water grass. That's the cool thing though. I have no dry time. Once I do that top coat and it dries for like 30 seconds, I'm good and cured. And, you know, it's cured and hard. So I can go about my business. I don't have to sit and let them dry for half an hour. This is not at all what I would normally do. Greg picked the silver glitter, which is Disco Fever. It's got holographic glitter in it. And then both my kids picked Radioactive. So I decided to do an accent nail with that color. And I'm kind of loving it. It's going to be really pretty out in the sun because out in the sun, you're going to be able to see the holographic glitter in that silver color, the Disco Fever. It's harder to tell when this is hard because the tips, I think it's good. I'm actually gonna buff a little bit with my buffer. And when I'm doing my non-dominant hand, when I'm filing with my non-dominant hand, it's easier to move my dominant hand and just hold the file still. I know this looks backwards to you guys. This looks like my right, but it's actually my left hand. And I am right hand dominant. Super easy. It's a little more time consuming than regular polish, but you don't get the chipping, you don't get the flaking off, nasty nails after a couple days. This is actually like acrylic at the nail shop. It stays on until I haven't had any chipping at all. This is like my 6th or 7th time dipping. It stays where you put it. I've been working in the landscape. You guys know I've been doing the landscaping. I've hand washed a lot of my dishes, stuff like that, and I've not had any lifting. I did have a nail pop off yesterday, and I had a couple lifting this morning, but today is day 11 since I did my nails last, and I haven't done anything to them in 11 days. So I feel like that's a pretty good track record. Part of my problem is I get too close to my cuticle or I get it on my skin, and that allows for moisture and stuff to get in, and that's what causes the lifting. So I need to kind of refine my process a little bit more so I'm not getting on my cuticle or my skin. Say hey when you hop on. Let me know who's here. I'm just doing that to get kind of a smooth surface, file all the bumps out. And again, these are my natural nails. And to me, this is long for my natural nails because my natural nails are like paper and they do not grow. So unless I have something over them like acrylic or something like that, they don't grow. They're just too weak. Like even showering makes them like paper to where they just bend. I don't know if y'all can hear those voices. We got sod guys next door at the neighbors doing sod. They're very loud. I'm here in my formal living room. I decided to change locations for my live. I'm going to play around a little bit with my lighting and stuff. Anyway, if you're interested, I've got a whole bunch of tips and tricks for getting your best manicure. Things I've learned along the way, things I've been told by other people that have done this longer than me. Very helpful info. We have amazing colors. I love the color selection. We have tons of colors. And of course, I'm sure they'll be coming out with new ones. There's always like special ones, like around the holidays, Christmas and stuff. They had a really pretty one last year for Christmas. I wasn't with them last Christmas though, so I didn't get to take advantage of that. But all right, I got a really nice, relatively smooth surface. You can still feel the glitter a little bit, but it's much smoother than it was. It's really bumpy when you don't file it down. So that's why I wanted to buff a little bit. I do not file my glitter colors because of the taking the color out. I do file and then buff my my solids. Probably my shimmers too, I will file and buff once I do shimmers. Okay, these are good. So now we're going to go in with another coat of Activator. Just because we disturbed that cure we had going on. And this gives it another good solid coat of Activator to for any places that we missed or opened up or anything like that. Because you do not want moisture getting in. And after 2 layers of top coat, I'll be done. Once this Activator dries, about 30-45 seconds. Some people give it a little bit longer, like maybe a minute or a minute and a half. Not too terribly long. This is my finished product. This is the Disco Fever with the Radioactive accent nail. I'm going to do some pictures outside so you can really see good. The pretty Disco Fever. It doesn't pick up as good on camera, but it's got all kinds of different holographic glitter in it. Greens and reds and oranges and all kinds of pretty stuff. Okay, I'm done with my dips. Here's what I was talking about with the cupcake liners. We have the cupcake liners and all that spillage. This was a new container of dip. So you see how much would have been wasted. And with the cupcake liners, it literally just pours right out. It doesn't stick to the cupcake liner. When I first got my stuff, I forgot to order cupcake liners. So I was using napkins, and it likes to stick to the napkins. So I highly recommend the cupcake liners for setting your containers in to catch the spillage. See, you can see it a lot better here with the Radioactive. It's all over the lip of the jar. Let's see if I can get some of it off. Okay. This is all my spillage of that one. And you see it was caught really neatly in that cupcake liner, and I can just pour it right back in the container and save all that color. And these small glitter ones, these are half the size of the solids, and you can actually dip about, I think it's either 20 or 40 times. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. But you can dip like a bunch. I'm just going to brush all this glitter off my fingers. I've got it everywhere. All right, now I'm going in with my top coat. I'm going to do 2 top coats. It really brings out the holographic colors in the silver, and it really makes them shine, like wet kind of shine. Beautiful. Just like regular clear nail polish would. Except you got a good hard surface and you've got that strength if you need it, like if you have weak nails like I do. It gives you plenty of strength. And what I like is that you can dip as many times as you feel like you need to. You obviously don't want to get them too thick, but I believe I dipped 4 times. And that should give me plenty of strength and hardness. Again, my issue is getting on my skin and my cuticle. I did get it on my cuticle, so I will probably have lifting. Hopefully it'll last at least a week. We'll see. I'm playing around, getting a feel for like what causes the issues and stuff. Okay. Here's layer 1. You can kind of see where I got it on my cuticle in a lot of areas. I'm going to try to clean that up later. Of course, probably before you do the top coat is the best time to clean it up. I'm going to do one more coat of top coat and then I'll be done. Okay, yeah, that's already dry, so I'm going to go in with my second coat now. I love the color combo. I may do my toes the radioactive. If I can talk my hubby into helping me. I don't think I can do them by myself. I can't reach my feet that well. I would ask my boy, but he probably isn't real good at painting on the clear, so he'd probably refuse anyway, to be honest. I don't know. And again, by the time I finish my pinky here, my thumb will probably be dry. I love the fast curing time. Every step cures within less than a minute. 15 to 30 seconds on most. 45 seconds to 1 minute to be safe. Oops, still sticky. Let's give it a little bit longer. Maybe I was too fast on that last coat. I do have glitter everywhere. It likes to go places. I probably need to put something in my carpet if I'm going to do them in this room. So here we go. Again, that's with my left hand, so you can see where I got off into my cuticle area and on my skin. This one is a lot better just because I'm steadier with my right hand. That's my dominant hand. And then I'm going to take some pictures outside and show you guys what it looks like in the sun. Okay, off to water the grass for time number 2. I'm running a little bit behind today, so time number 2, watering the grass. I wish it would come in already. Talk to you soon. Bye.